Welcome to to another grand and glorious episode. Sorry about that, of Arizona Griper Cool Style. Sorry, you beautiful host. What's up? How's everybody doing? Sorry about that earlier. I was just kissing on the dogs. But how's everybody doing? Hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody's feeling well. Hope everybody's having a great day. But anyway, I'd like to talk about, here's what it is. I know, I hear you guys. I hear you. I hear you. Yeah. But I'd like to talk about a few things. Now, the most common lie that people say all the freaking time, they say the words, I don't care and I don't give a shit. Well, here's what it is. You do care and you do give a shit. Because here's what it is. It's the typical way of the people in the drama community. It's all about action and reaction. Action and reaction. Like, for instance, like you say something, someone else comes up and responds in kind. Then you say something else, somebody else comes in and responds in kind. It's all about action and reaction. And we do it, all of us do it quite commonly out here. We do. Regardless of whether we're in the drama community or not, we always react. And people say, I don't care, I don't give a shit. But you really do care, because if nobody cared, if nobody gave a crap as to what anybody said on the internet, we wouldn't have a drama community. We wouldn't have any community at all. Because, people comment, people say things, and people respond to it. I think it's just like common human nature. If somebody says something that's going to rub you the wrong way, well, you're going to respond to it, or you're going to react to it. Maybe not right away, but sooner or later, that's what happens. You respond, you react, and then, you know what I mean? It's like, what? What do you want? He just wants me to play with her. Yeah. But, you know what I mean? It's all about responses and reactions. And your reaction could be anything. It could be what? Your reaction could be complete silence. It could be saying an opinion. It could be multiple different things. Sorry about that. The dogs needed some attention. Damn, the dogs are not leaving me alone. Oh, Jesus Christ. All right, Apollo, I hear you. Damn, these dogs are just They just love me to death. They just love me to death. But like I said, this is all about, you know, action and reaction, cause and effect. And, you know, it's like, but that's what it is, though. Because if nobody responded to anything that anybody said, then we wouldn't have a community of anything. Because everybody would keep to themselves. Everybody would just, you know, stay by themselves. You know, there wouldn't be any, you know, there wouldn't be anything on anything. And it's true. Because, you know, think about it. You know, someone talks shit on you, and of course, your first reaction is to want to respond. Now, you can either respond in two ways. You can either respond in absolute loudness, or you can respond in absolute silence. It just depends on what you prefer. You know what I mean? Personal preference. And you know, it's nothing bad. It's just, I don't know, it's just the way it is, you know. Me, I care, but I care to some degree. Because you know, yeah, I say a comment here and there, but I guess this would be considering a response. But it's just that people say, oh, I don't care, I don't give a shit, I don't care what you say, I don't care what you do. But you do because you watch, listen, and respond. You see, it's crazy. Because with most people, that's the way it is, you know. With me today, I'm a little bit nervous about today. I really don't know what's going to be happening today or anything like that, and you know, life is basically, for me, it's basically a toss-up in the air. And who knows where the coin's going to land? Who knows what's going to fucking happen? No, I don't know. I really, honestly don't know. And that's the scary part, you know, a grown-ass man not knowing what's going on in his own life. Crazy, but it's true. And I do, you know, I do pay attention to it, but I don't know. I really, honestly don't know. But like I said, you know, if we didn't have responses, if we didn't have reactions, if we didn't have anything like that, then we'd have no community of anything. I mean, isn't that the way it usually works? Somebody says something, and then somebody else says something else, then somebody else says something else, then somebody else says something else. You know, it's what you call it, the ripple effect. It's a constant thing. You know, it's kind of like, Have you ever, have any of you ever thrown a rock, like thrown a small pebble in a still pond, and see how far that ripple goes? Well, that's the same way with when you say something, it causes that ripple effect. It's really quite, you know, it's actually quite interesting, you know. It really is, you know. I mean, I'm not talking mad shit or nothing. I'm just, you know, saying the truth. You know, if it wasn't for people responding, you know, we wouldn't have a community of anything. Because nobody would be responding to anything, nobody would be talking about anything. You know, it would just be you know, a group of people just getting together and just, you know, just talking normal about normal stuff and not responding or reacting to anything. And that would be true with any community if nobody cared. But it's the thing that people do care and they do have a heart. Because they wouldn't be responding if they didn't. And it doesn't matter whether it's positive or negative, they still responded it. They still reacted to it. So that means they do care. They're not cold and calculated machines. They're people. They're human beings with feelings, with emotions, you know, with sensitivities, you know. They're not just cold, heartless monsters out there. There are people out there with feelings, with that care. Because if nobody cared, truly nobody cared, nobody would be watching anything, nobody would be reacting to anything, nobody would be responding to anything. Everything would just be flat, completely. It'd be quiet, but it would be too quiet. It's like putting your mic on mute while you're talking. That's the same thing. You know, basically, roughly about the same thing. You know, so for people out there that say, oh, I don't care, I don't give a shit. Evidently, you do care. Evidently, you do have a heart. Evidently, you do have a soul. Evidently, you do have an individual mindset. Otherwise, and I'm serious, nobody would be responding to anything. Nobody would be reacting to anything. Nobody would be commenting to anything. Because they all do care. They all do have a heart. They all do have a mind. And they all do have individual opinions, thoughts, values, and morals, and all that. Everybody's different. Everybody's individualized. And people saying they don't care, well, that's a lie. They're just lying to themselves. Because they do. Because if nobody cared, then nobody would say anything about anything. Period. And that's the honest truth. You know, I'm not being on anybody's side or anything. I'm just telling what it is. That people act like They don't care. They don't care. They don't care. When they actually do. Because otherwise, nobody would be saying anything about anybody. It would just be a quiet, stale, silent app on here. You know, and I believe that's what kind of brings people together, you know. Doesn't it? Isn't that what kind of bonds people together? I mean, you guys have the same interests, the same, like, common enemies or common goals or common things that you guys, you know what I mean? You know, like say for instance, a group of haters are hating on this one particular person, right? There could be like maybe 7 or 8 people, you know, hating on the same person. Well, those are those 7 or 8 people that moments ago said, nah, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. But they cared enough to, what you call it, hate bond and get together and form a group and just talk about people, talk about an individual. Because that's what they choose to do, you know? It's just, I don't know, it's hard to explain, you know? It's just, it's crazy though. It really is, man. Anyway, I'm about ready to head out because I got some other stuff to do, so you guys take care, much love, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace, and you guys have a great day. I'm going to try to. Personally, I still got some things that are bothering me and that are on my mind, but that's going to be something for probably the next video or two. You know, I just got to wait till I get some free time and stuff. So anyway, I'll see you guys later. This is what the Arizona Griper looks like. I know I look like shit, but I'm here. Barely, but I'm here. And I'm alive. And to be honest with you, my life right now, and I'm just going to say this bluntly, my life right now is very, very unpredictable. I don't know where I'm going with it. I don't know what's going to be happening with it. But whatever the case may be, right now I have been trying to just pick up the pieces that are left in my life and yeah, I love you too. And just, you know, move on accordingly. And that's about it. That's all I can do, man. You know, all I do is, all I'm thankful right now Just thankful that I've got these beautiful dogs. Hey, baby. Hey, baby. What are you doing in there? You leave this alone. No. No dragging it. What? So, anyway, I'm going to go ahead and head out. So you guys take care. Ooh, look at that. Like a car battery, like a car warming up. Well, it's about 50 degrees outside, so there you go. And it's barely 7:30 in the morning. So anyway, you guys take care. Much love. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace. And thank you for watching. Later, guys.